The Jimmy Olsen Radio Network.
Spinal adjustments provided by Dr. Chad Rolfson. The Spinal Tuning Chiropractic Center is a Des Moines area low flat fee per month unlimited chiropractic care practice. When life happens, just adjust. Schedule today at spinaltuning.com. Barbecue provided by Kenny's Rib Wagon. Catering ribs for your pleasure and serving daily at Plaza Pub, 62nd and Douglas in Des Moines across from Merle Hay Mall. Find Kenny's Rib Wagon on Facebook. The thoughts and opinions of this program are strictly those of the host and the guests, not necessarily shared by anyone in the universe, let alone shared by the host and the guest. Dimension, a measurable extent of some kind, such as length, breadth, depth, or height, an aspect or feature of a situation, problem, or thing. Fear, an unpleasant emotion caused by the belief that someone or something is dangerous, likely to cause pain or threat. Knowledge, facts, information, and skills acquired by a person through experience or education, the theoretical or practical understanding of a subject, awareness of familiarity gained by experience of a fact or situation. Imagination, the faculty or action of forming new ideas, or images or concepts or external objects not present to the senses. The ability of the mind to be creative or resourceful, the part of the mind that imagines things. A dimension, as vast as space and is as timeless as infinity, between light and dark, somewhere in the middle of science and superstition, lying between fear and knowledge, the dimension of imagination. Welcome to the Daily Planet. I am your host, Jimmy Olsen, and I've got some 4th of July facts. Now, I meant to do these last week, but I was doing my other podcasts, and then out of the blue, I had an invite to play golf, and I happened to do that. So I was playing golf on the 4th of July. So there's a fun fact for you. But I've got some 4th of July facts to share with you as we are coming off our Independence Day. I know lots of fireworks and lots of fun and, of course, a nice long weekend and then a short work week. Now we get back into a long work week. So here we go. Here is something for you. So 4th of July facts. So the Declaration of Independence, not signed on July 4th, 1776. That's the actual day it was formally adopted by the Continental Congress, but it was actually signed by most of the signatories until August. So it didn't happen until after that got put in, which that makes sense. So Americans typically eat 150 million hot dogs on Independence Day, enough to stretch from D.C. to L.A. more than 5 times. That's according to the National Hot Dog and Sausage Council. I was also reading that according to another survey they was doing, and the most money is spent for 4th of July when it comes to, I'm sure they're throwing in there the fireworks and everything else that's going to be done. But it was like something like $7.2 billion, if I remember right then. It was just an insane amount of money. But out of all the holidays, the most spent happens for 4th of July. But I know those fireworks displays are not cheap. Even though they said this year, the average, if you had 10 people over, the cost for that little gathering, for that little barbecue, was like $59.50, so that's not bad at all. So 3 presidents, as we continue with those facts for 4th of July, have died on July 4th. Thomas Jefferson, John Adams, and James Monroe. Now, John Adams believed that the American independence should have been celebrated on July 2nd, as that's the actual day the Continental Congress voted for the independence in 1776, but it didn't happen. In fact, John Adams was so annoyed that Independence Day was not celebrated on July 2nd, he reportedly turned down invitations to July 4th celebrations throughout his life. Seriously? Wow, okay. Massachusetts became the first state to make the 4th of July an official state holiday. That happened in 1781, and then President Zachary Taylor, he died in 1850 after eating spoiled fruit at a 4th of July celebration. So whenever you go to a party, always check your fruit. That is the moral of that story. The famed Macy's fireworks show in New York City uses more than 75,000 fireworks shells and costs about $6 million, roughly. Again, we are giving you some facts. 4th of July facts. Nathan's famous hot dog eating contest held annually on July 4th. Of course, Joey Chestnut, the champion, ate 74 hot dogs in just 10 minutes. Yeah, once again, he is, this is like what, the fourth year in a row or something like that. I can't remember, for Joey Chestnut winning yet again. And he even set his own record, with those, 74 hot dogs this year in just 10 minutes. Broke his own record. But he's still winning every year. Independence Day became a federal holiday in 1870. Now, I found these facts on Parade.com, and they have just updated them for 2021. So these are current 4th of July facts. Became a federal holiday in 1870. And as of 2016, July 4th was the number one holiday for beer sales in the U.S., according to the National Beer Wholesalers Association. And that is also the biggest holiday we drink the most beer. Not only do we spend the most money, we drink the most beer. In 1778, George Washington gave his soldiers a double ration of rum to celebrate the July 4th holiday. And then every July 4th, descendants of the signers of the Declaration of Independence tapped the Liberty Bell 13 times in honor of the original 13 colonies. Eating salmon on July 4th is a tradition in parts of New England, which makes sense because they eat, lots of fish there on the coast. In fact, if you go back when I know we've talked Thanksgiving before, they didn't actually eat turkey. They were eating lobster. That's what they actually were having on Thanksgiving. Small towns in the U.S. typically spend between $8,000 to $15,000 on their fireworks displays. President Calvin Coolidge was born on the 4th of July in 1872. About 16,000 July 4th fireworks displays happen around the country each year, according to the American Pyrotechnics Association. With many fireworks shows canceled, of course, last year due to the pandemic, the American Pyrotechnics Association asked for some financial help from Congress to keep the family-run fireworks businesses afloat. And of course, I know a lot of companies did file for that payroll protection plan to kind of help keep them afloat as they were trying to get everything taken care of. But, they were back to give those fireworks displays this year in, so many different communities. I know I saw many of them around here. Starting in 1818, new stars and stripes were added to the American flag each July 4th to make the creation of new states. And the U.S. Flag Code offers guidelines for flying the flag on July 4th every day. Also, John Hancock has the largest signature on the Declaration of Independence. The first July 4th celebration took place at the White House in 1801, hosted by Thomas Jefferson. And finally, One World Trade Center in New York is 1776 feet tall to mark the year that the Declaration for our independence from Britain. So One World Trade Center in New York is 1,776 feet tall, marking that year the U.S. declared its independence from Britain. So there you go. Some facts, some little fun facts. Again, these were at Parade.com where I found these about 4th of July. Again, I know I'm a week late getting these to you, but, it's always fun sharing these interesting tidbits and just seeing kind of what's happening around. But thank you so much for listening. And if you enjoyed these tidbits, share them with others. You can share them on social media. You can also find me both on Facebook and Twitter at My Buddy Jimmy, and on YouTube at My Buddy Jimmy 101 to follow along with this podcast and, other vlogs and podcasts that I'm doing as well. So thank you so much for listening. This is the Daily Planet, and I'm your host, Jimmy Olsen.
The Jimmy Olsen Radio Network.